And we are live. What's up, guys? Canadian Guy here, and I am back with another live stream. I am exhausted. I am tired. I am drained. And I was like, I'm here. I'm going to do it. We're going to do it. We're not canceling. I want to go upstairs and sleep. But I also want to stream. I am exhausted, but I am here. I am alive. I will not perish. A video came out today. Another collaborative video came out today over at Lore of the Dragon. If you guys don't know, Lore of the Dragon and I did a collaborative video talking about our wishes and hopes for the future of the Spyro franchise. It is an official collab. If you go over to my main channel and you go down to the bottom, you will see collabs and you will see the video. And there's more collabs coming. There's more collabs coming. There is a video. There is a series of videos that will be releasing starting not tomorrow, but starting Sunday. The first video of the series will be released, and it will be exciting and interesting. There has been a lot of things coming out. So, let me get the stream set up. Howdy to everyone. And we will get started. And I read it earlier. Someone said, dang, I didn't know he knew Ball like that. Yeah, I love Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess is great. Also, for you guys who don't know, who are confused, that sees, oh, Twilight Realms present Dusklight. Dusklight is a decompiler that was not decompiler, but not an emulator. We are playing this natively on PC, which means you can change things, you can adjust things, they've altered the code or whatnot, you can add cheats and adjustments and stuff. And because of that, we now can actually play Twilight Princess via PC natively, not emulated, natively. Which, as you can see, we're playing in ultra wide. We can play in have different things set up. If we go over to the settings, we can adjust things. We can change the video, the input, the gameplay, whatever. And the best part is that this is free. It is free. All you need to do is provide a ISO of the game, which you can get by any means that you wish. Set it up and you're good to go. Give me a minute to finish get set up on the streams and we shall begin. Five. So there has been some interesting developments today in a platitude of things, which I don't know what to make of it. There is a lot. There is I don't know how to explain it. I need to I I don't know what to make of it, because if it's true, we've just the hatch has been blown open on something related to Crash and Spyro. Both. I mean, if it's true. Because right now, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to think. And I don't want to hijack the Zelda stream for it. But it is weird. It is weird. And I need to do more research into it. Because it's weird. It's wild. Wild in a way that alright. It's mind-bending. That's what it is. So let me quickly explain. I might as well since I've started. I hope you guys don't mind if I just take a quick pause here and talk about this. So, basically, I was sent a message of this person. Okay? This person's name is... oh, there's so many DMs, so many DMs. I got the reason why I'm being so calculated here is because I need to make sure, and it is now gone. Well, I'm happy that I took screenshots before it got deleted. Okay. Let us begin. So there was this channel, this Twitter page that was around for a while. And I'm happy I took screenshots. Named Neptune GX. If you go now, Neptune GX is gone. They are gone. I hope that there was other screenshots shot. But they came out of the blue and were like, hey, I'm going to leak a bunch of stuff. And I looked at their profile, and for some reason, they had leaked back in 2024 the early prototype of the Jet Set Radio remake, the dev build, which is very weird. I was like, where did that come from? Why? How? Anyway, they turn around and they say, hey, at 11 a.m. this morning, they turn around and they say, hey, why is this being such a troublesome nuisance? Hang on. Let me find a better way to show you guys. And then we're going to sort. So they say, hey, here we go. Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition. Key art leaked. Okay. This was talked about at 11:10 a.m. Right? Okay. Sure. You scroll in. Oh, gosh. This is AI to death. Look at the eyes, right? I mean, Globtrox over here has got 3 fingers here, 4 fingers here. Whatever's going on here, and a whole bunch of like gobbledygook. Like, what are we even doing here? Okay. Then they turned around and started to post a whole bunch of other stuff. They were posting pictures of Rayman, and people were like, is this real? Is this not real? We don't know. And, you know, take it with a grain of salt, etc., etc. Okay, whatever. But then they started tweeting about Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And then this happened. As far as I'm aware, this is the most, like, recent, like, the person discovered it the most recently. Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition listed on Xbox Store for Xbox Series S, X and S. And the placeholder is $2,000 because, you know, it's a placeholder. But Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition, that was posted at 11:10. And this dropped at 4:45. And I was like, huh? Why would someone use an AI image saying it leaked, and then 5 hours later, the same game actually leaks? Officially leaked. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Then, I'm going through the comments, and I found this comment. Guessing it's AI, but a replication of the real thing to avoid being taken down. Now look at the time on this, 2:50. So, I didn't realize that. And there was a whole bunch of other images that I thought I had gotten screenshots of for the Rayman leak, which I'm sure we could find that's floating around. And I'm sitting here like, okay, wait, why does, yeah, here it is. Yeah, here they are. These are the source of the same person. I'm going to have to start saving these now because their stuff is getting taken down. They shared this too, but it has a bunch of fingers, the same person, saying that this is a skin, right? Here we go. Here's a screenshot. So, they didn't just talk about Rayman. They also talked about Spyro, which we all have been sitting here saying that and believing and thinking that Spyro might be coming back very soon. On top of that, he did more than once. It's coming up fast. Right? And this is all within the same day. So I'm like, who is this person? And what is going on? And of course, one of the things they also tweeted was this. And this. And again, I remind you, they also had leaked the Jet Set Radio remake dev build. So, let me finally get started in the game, but I will explain what I believe is going on. Is that if this person is leaking stuff that's true, if the leaks are true, if the leaks are true, what they are doing is essentially they had gotten their hands on some leaked images, put them through an AI generator, and then posted the AI recreations with the distinct purpose of, yes, these look like garbage, but now they are technically new images. And because they are now new images and not the original images, they are no longer considered as leaks. Now, whether or not that is legally binding, hi Artisans Dragons Music, whether that's legally a thing or not, I don't know. But it is mad suspicious that someone leaks about Rayman Origins, right? They leak Rayman Origins, and then 5 hours later, it actually does leak. It leaks via an AI image, and then 4 or 5 hours later, it gets... And now, the page is gone. The page is gone. If you try to go there, the page is been deleted. So, what does this mean? If what they say is true, then because we have 2 accounts of them being correct. 2. We have 2 accounts. They had the Jet Set Radio dev build leaked early. Oh my gosh, wait a second. So if it's true, the phone's going off. If it's true, there's a lot of implications to this. There's a lot of implications that we may have gotten our first kind of like confirmed look. Oh, geez. Or a confirmation of there being some kind of... Shoot, hold on. Okay, come, let me attack. No, I don't want to lock on that. I want to lock on you. Dang it. I'm half trying to explain it while trying to play the game. Sorry. Playing like garbage. If it's true, then we may be looking at like some sort of weird pseudo leak via AI images where they are literally taking real images, putting them through an AI generator, and then posting the generated image looking intentionally crummy, but getting the information out there and giving the idea so that when it gets revealed, you be like, hey, that looked pretty close to the AI image, to allude that, hey, but it looks like there was some It looked like somebody got to them because they were taken down. There was an emoji that I swear to you was posted, but I didn't take a screenshot of it because I didn't think much of it. Which now I think about it, you know, I should have thought something of it. Can I stop jumping up? I should have thought something of it. They posted a ninja emoji, which is always, you know, when people say, oh, they got ninja'd by, like, you know, the company, like the companies that stuff that they were leaking about, the ninjas got to them, right? That's it, it's a common phrase, turn of phrase, however you want to call it. It's a common thing to use and say. And I don't know what to make of it. Well, it wasn't just that. It was the fact that they leaked like full. Oh shoot! They leaked like a gameplay of the full dev build. Like it wasn't like some sort of small thing. They leaked a full. Like Nintendo ninjas, yes, like the Nintendo ninjas, but the Activision or Sega ninjas, maybe. I also know that some people, they get too nervous. They get you know, some people they get too nervous. And after they get too nervous, they don't want to get in trouble, so they just nuke their whole page. Which people do that. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've seen it happen many a time where people start to post stuff. It's fake. What are we talking about? There was essentially somebody that is claiming to be leaking information and using AI generated images based off of real images to protect themselves. And it's weird. But the information that they leaked was that allegedly there's going to be a bunch of new Crash Bandicoot content coming, and talking about Spyro as well, which if... Oh, I just got sent something. If that is true, no, it's not a Crash and Spyro game. They specifically called out Spyro, and also they mentioned Crash coming at a much later date because right now, apparently it has to do with... Because if you guys also don't know... If you guys also don't know that there has been a USPTO trademark set for Crash Bandicoot and Crash Bandicoot having a film. There's a lot to talk about, but there's... I genuinely do not have enough information right now, and I don't have enough time right now to cover it because I'm doing other stuff. But as soon as we finish up with like the Summer Game Fest mess, I'll talk about it and cover it and be like, all right, let's go over this because this is wild, and I have no idea what is going on. Oof. Let's sit there and ask me what I'm doing, Midna. But the TLDR is that maybe something was leaked. We're unsure right now. And we're still trying to figure it out. So that's where we're at. And I am completely confused. But I'm hoping... Here's the thing. If the Rayman thing gets revealed, and we see skins that look even remotely similar to the skins that we saw that person allegedly leaked, if they look similar, it becomes code red. Which basically we can sit there and confirm, almost confirm, that there's new Crash titles in development. Essentially, it would seem to be alluded that there are 2. Okay. Find some footing so we can get up. There we go. So there's a lot of things that are very confusing right now. And I was just like, great, awesome, 10 out of 10. That's what I needed right now. Ha, just kidding. I am exhausted. So we're finally able to get out. And look at the sky. Isn't the black cloud of Twilight looking beautiful today? Do you know where this is? You still don't know? Looks like there's someone I want to introduce you to, but I'll need you to go to the tower to do it. I wonder who that could be. So, we need to have all eyes on... If that Rayman stuff comes out, and there's skins that look like it, it's like, okay, well, there's something big. Also, too, of course. Of course, I would split the difference, right? Do I think Spiral 4 will get announced at Summer Game Fest? I will refer to what I've said in the past. And that is that if I was a gambling man, I would. Based off of what I've said before. Oh, I'm getting a sense of rising anxiety that is building. I feel overall like overall things are going to be interesting. There's a lot of hype being built up for the next upcoming shows. I've heard a bunch of people starting to gas up the PlayStation Showcase. Bloody birds. Just gonna ignore the bloody birds. Dee! What's happening June 2nd? The PlayStation State of Play. Which, good gravy. As I said, there's people gassing it up, saying that it's going to be big, and it's going to be this, it's going to be that, and a whole bag of potato chips. And I'm like, I have no idea what is happening. Who let the dog in? Who could it be? Midna? You remember my name. What an honor for me. So this is the one for whom you were searching. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but I guess you'll do. You were imprisoned? I am sorry. Poor thing, he had no idea where this or what's happened. So don't you think you should have explained to him what you've managed to do? You owe him that much. Twilight Princess. It's my first time? No. Gosh, no. Listen carefully. This was once the land where the power of the gods was said to slumber. This was once the kingdom of Hyrule. But that blessed kingdom has been transformed by the king that rules the Twilight. It has been turned into a world of shadows, ruled by creatures who shun the light. Shun the disbeliever. Man, that guy in particular. Zant. It's time for you to choose, surrender or die. Oh yes, a question for all the land and the people of Hyrule. Life or death? Strength! Life before death! Strength before weakness! Journey before destination! Sorry. New news? Mayhaps. We're not sure yet. But there may have been some news. We don't know. Twilight covered Hyrule like a shroud, and without light, the people became as spirits. Within the Twilight, they live on, unaware that they have passed into spirit forms. All the people know now is fear, fear of the nameless evil. The kingdom succumbed to Twilight, but I remain its princess. I am Zelda. Do 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 boo do 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 do. Do do do. Sorry, I just had to. Do do do. We actually find it to be quite livable. I mean, it's a perpetual Twilight. Really, all that bad? Yes. I mean, there's no time for levity. The shadow beasts have been searching far and wide for you. Why is this? Why indeed? You tell me. Time has grown short. The guard will soon make his rounds. You must leave here quickly. Jeez, is this all you got, Zelda? You got a bed, a bedside table, a book, a fireplace, and a chair? That's it? What's all this empty space for? What else do you do in here, Zelda? Come on. Why does it keep doing this? Stop. Male living space, kind of. It's pretty barren. My ears. Not that way. The guard's coming. Boy, he's prompt. Midna, get me out of here. Well, do you understand where we are now? I guess a promise is a promise, so I'll let you go back to where you first tumbled into Twilight. But are you really sure you should be going back? Are you sure you aren't forgetting anything important? See the Stuart Copeland Spyro TC? That was that. The one where he was like, "Oh, I'm banging on stuff," and it's playing the Spyro theme. Or is it? Or did he post something new? Yeah, I'll say it. One second. In that case, little Midna would be happy to help you. But, well, you have to be my servant, and like a servant, you have to do exactly as I say. Why don't you go back, take a little time, and give it some thought? One thing, that's right, I forgot to mention one thing. Though you may have left the darkened realm, you haven't transformed back to your former self, and you won't anytime soon. Now why could that be? See you later. Link's like, can I no longer be dog? Can I be lad again? So, what next? Yeah, I've seen that one. I did see that one with him hitting the drums. Listen, there's nothing I forgot to tell you. Don't think you can just run off and save your friends, because you can't. Just beyond that bridge, the land is covered in twilight. Last time a shadow beast pulled you out through the curtain of twilight. But if you want to go that way this time, you'll need the cooperation of someone from the twilight, like me. So you really have no choice but to do it as I say. Saving your friends and all that, well, that'll depend on your actions. Because you can never trust words, you know. Right now, I want a sword and shield that'll suit me. You do understand me, don't you? So what do you plan to do? While you're here dawdling, the twilight continues to expand. Come on, hurry it up. Okay. I'm sorry, my guts are not agreeing with me right now. I gotta quickly run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Oh, gosh. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Oh, gosh. Next week is gonna be crazy. Next week is going to be berserk. What am I getting? So many messages. I just look at my DMs and it's just jam-packed. I'm just like, why is there so many messages? I'm so tired. Oh, jeez, what's going on here? Oh, no. Hey, Conky, how's it going? Oh, shoot. Now this just happened. Hang on, I have to fix this real quick. There we go. Did that ruin anything? No, it didn't. Okay, good. Guten Tag. Make sure I got my recent events pulled up. All right, here we go. Oh, next week is going to be a time and a half. Oh, my neck. By the way, now my camera is working today. I don't know why. I don't know why it's suddenly wanting to work, because before it didn't want to work. Die! Perish! Perish! Can I climb ladders? Wait. That's right, you can talk to animals. How's it going, Conky? Thank you for taking care of those bad guys. They made both the village and the forest a mess. They kidnapped the village children, but I know you're not one of them. I can tell because you smell like the trees of Ordon. If you run into any trouble, try talking to the animals. The animals understand one another, so you'll be alright. Okay. Oh, how did it come to this? The children, please say something. Nothing's happened. Please forgive your good-for-nothing father. Okay, I prep myself for next week, really. Oh, as am I. I need to prep myself for next week. I am so... My stomach's in knots. I'm going to be so real with you guys. My stomach is in knots. I am so nervous. Can I dig? I am so nervous. My stomach is in knots. I don't know what to think. Because, like, let me be honest here for a second. Let me be real. If hypothetically something were to be announced next week, that is 8 years. 8 years. 8 years of talking about this game, hoping that it's real, finding evidence, and then getting confirmation, and then of course all the people that are yelling and shouting, oh, you're not telling the truth, or then the people that are like, we believe you, and the feeling of not wanting people to be disappointed. My stomach's in knots, man. Oh, about the shield. Hey, not so loud. Came to it as we discussed. So that shield's still in your house, right? Oh yeah, it should be in our storage loft. Good. Go grab it as quick as you can. Russell got wounded pretty bad, so he can't go search for the kids. I'll take over cover for him. But Russell had a sword, Mayor, and he still got hurt. If you're unarmed, you're done for. I'll be fine. The sword we were going to present to the royal family should still be in Russell's house. Oh yeah, alright, I understand, Mayor. I'll hurry up there and get the shield. You just wait here. No good. Run! It's not a bad bit of information you heard, huh? Look at the open window. This village is full of idiots. So we should jump in there, but from where? But monster! You've returned for more, haven't you? My daughter, return her and take this! Oh, he's gonna throw a bird at me! In particular, he's gonna throw an angry bird at me! Ow. Were you attacked by the hawk? You don't match for him. I'm sorry, that person calling the hawk is my master's husband. You can sneak up from behind and scare him. Meow. Not the copyright birds! Anything but them! Come on, look. Hey, Star, how's it going? Oh, my neck. Why does it do that? Why does it do that? I don't know why. Strange. I have a pot. Ooh. I love how he sits like a good boy. He's just like, I found it. Boo-doo-doo. Looks kind of cheap. Aye. Alright then. Next is a sword. Hurry up. Man, Midna just so picky. So angry all the time and demanding. Okay, where is the la exit? Ah. That's the la exit. Didn't realize there was a window. What was that sound? The children could not return, could they? I must go and search one last time. You get inside the house. I have placed the sword that was to be our gift to Hyrule on the couch. If the mayor comes for it, please give it to him. But darling, your injuries. Is that the children? I think it might be. Here, my love, let me tell you explicitly where the quest item could possibly be. And hope that nobody is listening in. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. And take that. Got it. Boo-doo-doo. Alright, so now you have a sword. Looks like it can actually be useful when you concentrate. Alright. No more detours. I'm going to take you back into the Twilight. Go back to the woods where you first transformed in that shape. Fine. Poking my head up and out. Thank you. What's the matter? You never seen a wolf with a sword and shield before? Wait. Come to my spring. Okay. You have been transformed by the power of shadow. Come to me. Oh, great. Beware, a shadow being, it approaches. Just one. One singular. Well, that was easy. The sword is on the couch. You have kids! At least put it out of their reach! Not wrong. I've always loved these. These always gave me chills as a kid. Oh, brave youth. I am one of the 4 light spirits that protect Hyrule on the behest of the gods. I am Ordana. The black beast you slayed was a shadow being. I had come to seize the power of light I wield. My brethren in Hyrule have already had their light stolen by these fell beasts. The entire kingdom has been reduced to a netherworld ruled by the cursed powers of darkness. The blight will not stop with Hyrule. Before long, the entire world of light will fall into the hands of the king who rules the Twilight. Spoopy. To save this land from the king of Twilight, the lost light must be recovered. The 3 light spirits who have lost their light must be revived. There is but one who can revive them and redeem this land. You. You still have not discovered your true power. Those transformed by Twilight usually cannot recover their original forms. Unless, if you were to return to Faron Woods where you were first transformed, if you were to revive the light spirit. There, by the power of the light spirit, you may find the means to regain your other state of being. Ah, my elbows. Hey, look, the Faron Woods that you know so well, they're now covered in Twilight. You might not be able to come back here, but do you still want to go? Yes. Oh, is this where she grabs you and grips you like an angry kid with a crayon? Yep, yeah, there it is. So these are weapons used in your world? Yoink! You really think this thing can slay the creatures of Twilight? Well, I won't use these, but I'll hang on to them for you. Okay, thanks, I guess. Alright, I promise the promise. I trust you enough to help. In exchange for my help, though, I need you to gather some things for me. Look, I can't tell you all the details now, but it'll be easy. Trust me. Trust me. But enough about that. Do you hear that noise? It's the lamentation of the spirit that had its light stolen. Where in the world could it be? I need to go punt little black creatures and spirits. Come on, snap to it. Let me do the Midna thing where I can hold a button and the big hand comes out and we can just go weejoo. It's the greatest description, I know. We're penned in again. Pff, who do you think they're dealing with? You need to take these little pests on one at a time, right? You can take them all at once. So, you can help by yourself, can't you? Good luck. Bye! Oh, great. She's like, lol, bye! What's the hold up? If you leave the last one alive, it's just going to use its shriek to bring the others back. Listen, let me help you out here. Just move like I tell you. Just hold down B and I'll expand an energy field so enclose all the enemies within it and release. That's a Ouija. Hello, my love! Madame CG. My love, my heart. The light of my life. I came from that way. Check, please. Please be careful. These woods have changed. The dark clouds of dust cover this land. This drape of shadow is called Twilight. In the twilight, those who live in the light become as mere spirits. It is a place where the dark ones and evil creatures dwell. I am a spirit of light, blue-eyed beast. Look for my light. Retrieve the light stolen by the dark beast and keep it in this vessel. Is this the grapes? Yeah, it's the grapes. I always call it they like, call it this vessel. I'm like, it looks like grapes. So it turns out measuring espresso powder for hot chocolate with your heart instead of a spoon was a mistake. Yeah, I could have told you that. So let me guess. You have the zoomies. Fine. The insects of darkness. So my amazing wife was like, I'm going to make myself a mocha, which is mixing like, you know, like an instant espresso and and hot chocolate together. You're supposed to measure it specifically. Otherwise, you get the shakes. She didn't. She just... My thoughts are fast. Sliced up. The Red Bull gives you wings, and we both know I shouldn't fly. Okay, hold on. Why is my phone keep going off? And I need to look at something else too. That didn't get done either. Okay, great. 10 out of 10. That's what I needed to see. Also, hang on. There's something that I'm I'm kind of confused about. Listen, and I can't wait for people to sit there and tell me, oh, you're just trying to give excuses for them. Even though I have been one of the biggest people, not attacking, but a major critic of Xbox. I've been a major critic of Xbox. And I can't wait to get hit with the you're just an Xbox fanboy, which I have been hit with a few times already, which is kind of wild. Even though, if anybody were to remember many of my comments I've made in the past about Xbox, that I have been brutal on them sometimes. Having said that, there are people that are mad and upset about that the games that they're going to be showing at the next Xbox showcase are going to have like logos of like the other companies, and that, oh no, it's not going to be exclusives. It's not going to be exclusives shown off, and that there's, oh, the you know, Xbox doesn't have any exclusives, and look, they're not going to show anything. Let me ask you something. And they're blaming and they're already blaming the new CEO. Let me tell you something. Video games take a long time to make. Okay? Video games take a long time to make. Ansha got into this job, was it 3 months ago now? 3 months ago? And let me ask you something. All the games that we're going to be seeing, they have been planned to be being released on multi-console, if they have been being set to be released on multi-console, for years. Literally years. And now, people are throwing... Can we stop doing that? People are now... throwing fits like, what? You're not going to show any exclusives? And I'm sitting there like, guys, are we really going to sit here and start like screaming at her for something that is not her fault? All the games that have been shown, they're almost done already. So if they were set to be multi-console, that's it. We're not going to see the results of Asha's leadership in terms of projects for another year and a half. They are showing any exclusives. Quit your crying, dummy! I cannot believe I had someone... quit your crying, dummy. Man, I'm gonna have to start pulling up a whole bunch of more LA Knight quotes for maybe after next week. I think for people who are yelling and screaming about little aspects about if there is a hypothetical new Spyro, I think my quit your crying dummy is going to have to be used quite a few times. It sounds like, you know, some people are angry about the most minute, tiny thing. Quit your crying, dummy. Where's the bugs? Where's the bugs? These bugs, those things aren't normal. They're so big, so weird, so creepy. Come on, get away, bugs. Shoot, get out of here. There they are. There we go. Look at the grass. It's too grassy! Ah! You know, I still get that video quoted to me all the time. You know how many times I get that video quoted to me? Look at the grass. It's too grassy. I get that video quoted to me all the time. There we go. What video? It's my the Spiral Reignited Nitpickers. You know, I wonder what would happen if I made another video like that, but I handed it to Lord of the Dragon / Just Shooter to do the edit for me. I'm curious to see what. I'm curious to see how he would take it and the memes that would be born from it. Oh no, my steak is too juicy and lobster too buttery. Yeah, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I recall, I have to save the monkey, don't I? On. Hey! Our first donation of the stream today goes to Yakib Sahid, who donated $1 through Super Chat. Thank you so much, Yakib. We appreciate that. Thank you. That's very kind and very sweet of you. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. First donation of the stream. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm like, hey, why are we yelling at Asha right now when there is no way that we could, that, you know, she can produce results in terms of projects? Can you transform into Link anywhere in the PC port? I don't know. I mean, it's possible. Okay, so I need to go back this way. Okay, I thought that Midna is supposed to help you jump through the trees here. There it is. We did it. Get down here, bats. Come on. Fine. Perish! There we go. I got the magical grapes. There we go. Oh, well. We call that a major oof. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Is that the way? Or am I... No, that was the way. This is the way. Oh yeah, so today's video actually initially has gotten a bunch of good reactions. I haven't followed up and looked at it because I'm just like, pretty much good reactions. I'm going to leave it at that because inevitably people are going to be angry. But there's some people who are like, what, your first prediction is going to be multi-platform? LOL. I'm like, man, people have asked me about this stuff. And people ask me about my thoughts about this. And then people are like, and then I respond to it, and other people are like, why are you responding to that? And I'm like, you can't win, dog. You can't win. It's either lose or lose. Pick one. But beyond that, the comments have been, that I saw were pretty much pretty good today overall. I believe. I believe! Oh boy, howdy. Alright. Perish. Ow. I thought it was fine. I listened to a... Yeah, no, overall it was... Actually, you know what? I'm going to refrain my comments about that video till later. I'm going to refrain my comments about that till later. All right. Someone help me? Boy, lucky for me, ever since the boss went funny in the head, there's been scary monsters everywhere. Those village kids got led through the woods for some reason. The whole forest is so weird now. What has happened? Give me the grapes. Alright, time to return the grapes. Are you ready for grapes? I know I am. The vessel is full of tears and light has returned to the area. Grapes! Oh, it was so nice here in the Twilight. What's so great about a world of light anyway? See you later. donated $50. 1 second. I gotta see this awesome cutscene. Thank you, Elena. My name is Faron. Faron. I'm one of the spirits of light who dwell in Hyrule. By the order of the gods, I protect this forest. O brave youth. In the land covered in twilight, where people roam as spirits, you were transformed into a blue-eyed beast. That was a sign. It was a sign that the powers of the Chosen One rest within you, and that they are awakening. Look at your awakened form. Ayo! The green tunic that is your garb once belonged to the ancient hero chosen by the gods. His power is yours. His is the true power that slept within you. Your name is CGE! You are the hero chosen by the gods. Brave CGE. A dark power rests in the temple deep within these woods. It is a forbidden power. Long, long ago, I and the other spirits of light locked it away. Because of its nature, it is a power that should never be touched by any who dwell in the light. But this world weeps beneath a mantle of shadows, and so there is no choice. You must match the power of the King of Shadows. If you would seek this forbidden power, then proceed to the temple in the forest depths. Thank you so much, Elena. $5 for Grandma. She's watching. Please say hi, everyone. Hi! Treat yourself and your team to something nice in preparation for next week, since we're going to be busy. Oh, boy, are we ever going to be busy. It is going to be chaos. Well, well. You're the chosen hero and all that, huh? So that's why you turn into that beast. What a shame. I mean, you'd probably rather just wander as a spirit like the rest of them, totally unaware of what's happening for all eternity, right? So what do you want to do? Do you want to head to that temple? Well, it's not convenient. I was about to head there myself. Hey, look, you want to help your friends, right? The way I see it, maybe they're in the temple waiting for you to rescue them. Well, good luck, Mr. Important Hero. See you later. I have a sword! I am Link! Why is she... Now then, it's finally time for that weapon I worked so hard to get. You probably... Yes, thank you, thank you. I know how swords work. I have the big nut. I've always liked how Link, like, kind of, like, twirls the sword in his hand. I've always liked that. Oh, just whenever I see it, he's just like, yeah, it just seems cool. Link's lawn service. We're going to need a key for that. Without the key, you cannot proceed. Man. Alright, so I will... Do we need to top up with oil, or am I okay? I think I'm okay for now. For now. I would like to go this way, but I cannot. So, Zordanian. You seem familiar, but then your clothes seem kind of different, so I got thrown off for a second. Listen, things have been a little rough around here lately, so you should watch your step, okay, guy? There's so many monsters now, I kind of got scared and closed off the path of the temple. But you gotta want to get back there, huh? Yes, I do. Should look geared over, so here you go. Ah, cool. Oh yeah, the woods on the other side of this cave are covered in really thick fog, so make sure your lantern is full. You're definitely going to need to use your lantern a lot in there, so bring it all the oil you can. Check this out. I have a special one-time offer of a full bottle of lantern oil for only 100 rupees. It comes with a bottle. Fine. I feel gypped, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It is fine. It is fine. It's only 100 rupees. Oh boy, this is going to be our last 2-hour stream, I think. Depends what goes on Thursday. Oh gosh. Oh, next week is going to be chaos. The first of the collab videos is dropping. It's going to be dropping on it's actually going to be dropping on the 31st. It's dropping on Sunday. And then it's going to be every day a new video with that collab is going to be dropping until June 9th. And it's not going to be posted on my channel. It's going to be posted on another channel. However, if you scroll down and look, you will find it. You will find the you will find it on my channel. I have a dedicated section that says collabs now. The monkey stole the lantern. Not the monkey. Hey, what's this monkey's problem? You idiot. While you were staring on Dreamland, your lantern got stolen. Yes, Lord of the Dragon. Collab with them. The collab tab is about to get much more filled up. There. It's a bat. Calm down. Okay, I think we're good. Can I have my lantern back? Can I pick up? There we go. You got the lantern back. You ran out of oil while you were following the monkey around. Well, good thing I didn't top it up with oil. Jeez. Thoughts on Crash Bandicoot's motion picture trademark? Okay. Give me 12 minutes and I will answer your question in full, because I do want to answer that in Q&R, because there is a little bit of a, not a rant, but an explanation, because there's a lot of people that are taking the news of it and running with it. And it is not that it is wrong, but I would say that there are people that are treating it as too high and people are treating it as too low. And I want to either expand on people's experiences or expand what people are thinking, or rein people's expectations in. Because I do genuinely want to triple, quadruple check that we understand what this means, what this does, and what is going on. Because I do have a lot to say. Kenko Saberwolf, I do have a lot to say. I will spoil and say that it is a good thing overall. But for us to bear in mind a few things and hold our tongue. A sword wields no strength unless the hand that holds it has courage. Wasn't this confirmed to be Link? But why is he armored up like that? To become the hero of legend, but your current power would disgrace the proud green of the hero's tunic you wear. Was it confirmed at some point that this is like the ghost of... Which is, wow, why is he wearing that armor? Enemies that are filled with energy will quickly recover and attack again, even when stunned by a powerful strike. The ending blow is a secret technique you can use on stunned enemies to end their breath before they spring back into action. When the enemies collapse on the ground, stunned L target and press A to leap high into the air and deliver a final strike. When the opportunity to end their breath is before you, you will see the A finish appear vividly before your eyes. Now try it on me. Also, he is significantly bigger, too. Is this a version of Link maybe that we haven't seen yet? Is that possible? That was a pinpoint strike. Never overlook your opportunity to finish with A. The first hidden skill, the ending blow, has been passed on. Yeah, Ocarina of Time really threw a wrench into things, didn't it? The one who carries the blood of the hero, the one whose spirit is that of the sublime beast. Grow powerful, test your courage, and when you find you need another skill to overcome the threats that face you, search for the statues that howl with the sound of the wind. Seek the sound that calls the spirit of the beast to awaken me again. The sword wields no strength unless the hand that holds it has courage. Remember those words. Farewell. What was the Triforce, the three things? It's the hero of time, time, power. What was Zelda's? Because Ganon's was power, Link's is time, or is there no? I'm drawing a blank again. It was wisdom. Thank you, wisdom. Thank you. So, time, wisdom, and power. That's right. Courage. Sorry. Courage, wisdom, power. And hence why the guy says there, courage has to be within the hand, because literally the Triforce is on his hand, and it's the Triforce of courage. I get it. Wordplay. Makes sense. So, all right. I'm actually, because we're coming up to the dungeon, and it wouldn't be a good time to start the dungeon. It probably wouldn't be a good idea for me to start the dungeon right now, so we're going to go to Q&R real quick. But also because there is something that I need to quickly, not rant about. This isn't necessarily a rant. This is more of a deeper explanation, because there is a problem that we have that people are reporting about with the Crash Bandicoot movie, and it is driving me nuts. And I'm going to show you guys, instead of being like, oh, people are saying this and not showing anything, I'm going to vividly show you. Here we go. This is, I'm going to show you guys vividly, okay, to understand. Global Box Office says Crash Bandicoot's first theatrical film is moving into production. Just so that we're all clear, we are seeing headlines like this everywhere. This isn't just this headline. All you got to do is type in Crash Bandicoot movie and you'll find it, okay? That's just one. Let me go back and find another one real quick. There's another one. And then we'll grab this one too. So we have Global Box Office saying this, Cartoon History saying this, and then Zhu Video saying something different, but also not entirely accurate either, which is Crash Bandicoot, an animated adaptation almost confirmed. Activision has filed trademark in categories motion picture films and animation production services. Okay. So, here's where the problem is. When you file a trademark, yes, the good news is that there is intention there. Okay. This isn't we're filing a trademark and then, maybe we'll do something like that. Or maybe perhaps it'll be this, or perhaps it'll be that, or mayhaps. No, this is something that is, hey, there is significant, a significant push, a significant, there's a significant push. There's a significant money back it. There's a significant investment into it, right? Like they wouldn't be doing that if there was no significant push for it. It means that there's enough for them to turn around and say, okay, we want to file this trademark because we feel like there is enough here to be able to suggest and say, yes, we are intending to fill a trademark for this thing. Okay. But this also does not mean that the film is in production. Nay. It does not mean that. It does not mean that it's in production. The way that animation works, the way that films work is that they need to now find a production company, a studio to do it. Once they find a studio to do it, then they need to find a producer, and they need to pair that producer with a writer and director. Okay. And what happens is that first you get a script. Okay. Once the writer is done, you then have a script. Okay. So you have your production company, you have your script. Now you need to find your director. The director starts, they look around, they try to connect things, and if they can't find a director, the script sits. If they can't find a writer, everything sits. Everything is on hold. Everything is waiting. When you have your production company, because then sometimes you get the director and producer, and then the production company says, hey, we waited too long and we're moving on to other projects. So now you need to go find another production company. So And this happens a lot. This isn't like, oh, sometimes this happens. No, this happens a lot. A lot. This happens for many movies. This happens for many things. And it's just a matter of landing a producer, director, writer, production company combo. Okay? Once you have all four locked in, then you can begin. Once you have your script locked, once the director is happy with the script, the writer is happy with the script, the production company is happy with the script, or the producer is happy with the script, and then guess what? The production company who's actually going to be animating the thing is chosen, lock their time down, have everyone hired, ready to go. Then you start. So the question is where are they right now? I think that there is at least a version of a script that's floating around. Now, is it done? Maybe not. Is it just a concept? Maybe. I'd imagine pre-production as in concept panels for the pitch. We're not even there yet. You see, that's what I mean. We're not even at paneling yet. We need to find a production company to want to do this. Okay. Now, because they applied for a trademark, there might be 2 or 3 companies who are battling for it. There might be 2 or 3 companies that are arguing and battling for it and bidding for it. And the bid depends. When you do bidding in animation, it doesn't go like up or down. It goes by talent, price, and speed. So you have company A might be, we'll call them Beeline Motion Pictures. They'll turn around and say, hey, Activision, we can do it for $20 million. We'll say we could do it for 20. The budget will be maybe we'll say 10 million. We can do it for $10 million. We'll get it done in 3 years. And we'll get it done in 3 years. Here's our resume. Okay. $10 million, 3 years. Company C would be like, hey, we could do it for $8 million. Get it done in 2 years. Here's our resume. And then they look at the resume and they're like, oh, this is a more unknown company. This company isn't as well known. Then another company says, hey, give us 15 million, which is more than the first 2 options. Give us 2 years. Here's our resume. And that A company is like Legendary Pictures. So now it's, okay, wait, how long do we have to wait for it? How much are we going to spend? And then company B might come back and say, actually, no, we can actually do it for $9.5 million and get it done in 2.5 years, right? And then they all squabble and they all argue and they all debate and they all figure out certain things about how long it will take. And they will be like, we can do it better because we've done this stuff, or we can do it faster because we have access to this technology. We can do this better than that person because we have access to right? Once you have all of those figured out, and then once you're like, okay, we picked this production company to do it. Great. Awesome. Now we need a writer, right? Or we need a script. Okay. So they either hire writers or they already have a script, whatever it may be. Once they have a script, then you need a producer, which is typically in-house. And then you need a director. But at any point, people can drop out. At any point, people can drop out. If the production company doesn't get enough work, when their retainer blows through, they're like, hey, we need work. We've been sitting on this for 4 months now. You haven't sent us one thing. We're going to be looking for other work now. We've been waiting. And then Activision goes, okay, we have to find another company again. And then you might go back to previous companies that you've spoken with, and they're like, oh, we can't do it now because we picked up another job. Or, okay, we'll do it, but we're going to charge you more now. And then Activision's like, we don't want to do that. And so it's a big game of litigation, a big game of bing bong, bing bong. Once you have those the core four, then you can hit the bell and say, begin production. That is when production is done. And then that's when you start casting too. And in animation, what they will do is that also producers will sit there and say, hey, if you hire me, I have a direct line to so-and-so. Like, producers have actors and talent agencies in their pockets that they could just call up personally and say, yo, what up? Can we get, as people are joking here, Chris Pratt into here? There's certain producers that are just like, yo, we got a role. I know so-and-so personally. Why don't we have them come in and run a few lines? And then what they'll also do, because I've seen this done twice now. Negotiation. Wrong litigious language. My bad. I'm tired. As I stated, I'm exhausted. I apologize. Wrong. Well, I guess there is some sort of litigation in there too, in some aspect, especially if it does go to court. But negotiation is a better word for it. In any case, what also can happen is that you can actually pitch to actors to actually hop in. So I know this happened for Sonic, and I know this also happened for Detective Pikachu. And what they do is that they have someone in mind, someone that's already famous. So for Detective Pikachu, it was Ryan Reynolds. And what they did was that they were like, we want to pitch to Ryan Reynolds to do Pikachu. And so what they will do is that they will grab lines from movies that are famous and do a test animation using the lines from the movies that the person is from. And in this case, they had Deadpool. They had lines from Deadpool that they used for Pikachu. And they dubbed over, there's a test animation floating around somewhere of Pikachu doing Deadpool's lines. And they send it to the actor being like, hey, take a look at this. For Sonic, I know they also did it for Andy Samberg. They did it for somebody else for Sonic, and then Ben Schwartz, right? And for Ben Schwartz, I believe they literally grabbed stuff from like Parks and Rec and just did a testing of Sonic doing the lines from there. And then they pitch and say, see, does this work? Does this not work? And if it works, some people are like, you know what? My voice does work. You know what? My voice does work for this. Okay, sure, we'll do it. Or they start casting and they start getting people to send in their voice demos. So, yeah. So anyway, that was my big old rant. That was my big old rant. If you guys got any other, if you guys got questions, please let me know, and I will try my best to answer them. We'll keep it open for about 10 minutes. Oh, I'm going to have to sneeze again. Excuse me, sorry. Does all your trophies, your own anime ideas? Never really had an anime idea. I've enjoyed certain animes, but never really had an idea for one. Come on. There we go. It's just hot in here, and the vent needs to get turned on. Does all your trophies still on your shelf today? All like the trophies I've gotten over the years? Not over the years, no. Quite a few of them though. I still have some. But not all. A Spiral Yap Sesh tomorrow? I don't think so. Simply because I have a... I do not have a Yap Sesh set for tomorrow. Simply because I am off recording something for my sister. So I'm helping her out with something. So I cannot do it as much as I'd like to. You think there's any potential Spyro show if Crash goes through and becomes somewhat successful? I mean, yes, there's always a chance for that, but I would think that is more likely that we're going to see. I think a Spyro TV show would probably be the best. I think a Spyro. I think the Spyro would work best as a TV show, I think. But next week, we got a lot of streams going. So, let me... So let me quickly explain what's going to be going on. So, next week on Tuesday, we're going to be streaming the PlayStation State of Play. Okay? After the PlayStation State of Play, there is one title in there that I have been hearing about that I really hope is not announced there, because if it's announced there, oh gosh, more work for me. You know, more work for me, and I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. So I'll say this. Because I've heard of it, and if you guys go back in my streams, I've hinted towards it, but I haven't outright said it. But what I've heard, I hope it doesn't escape at the next State of Play. To keep myself so that's all I'm going to say. I am not confirming anything. I want to stress that. But anyway, Any other questions? So next week, you've covered even if it's just one video before. Yes. This is the first time you've made a vid with Lord of the Dragon. Depends on how you look at it. In terms of being featured on his channel, yes. But we have... I mean... Me and Lord of the Dragon have kind of made video pitches and ideas together, and he's edited for the channel quite a number of times and has, you know, given some input and some opinions and stuff, and has added so much character to some of the videos where I feel like it became a collab. But overall, in terms of an official sense, yes. All right, got a few more minutes, and then we gotta get going. This is going to be... Have I tried Crimson Desert? No, I have not. I can't afford... I can't afford a lot of new games right now. How would you transform a video game franchise into a movie? It depends on, you know, it depends on what it is. I would not... I still think when you look at it, I think... I still think that doing the spirit that stays true, but maybe telling sometimes an alternative story is great. Like, I think Detective Pikachu was a really, really good example of that, because it was a completely new story. It was completely different. But what happened was what did they do? They followed the rules of the world. They broke rules a little bit, but it wasn't anything that was like so wildly out there that like wouldn't actually happen in the Pokemon universe. the point is that they followed the rules. So sometimes the best thing that you can do, I'll say this and I'll get going. When you're doing an adaptation, the best thing that you can do is follow the rules of the world. Follow its rules. If there are hard, fast rules, you follow them. Don't introduce anything that is so wildly out there that doesn't make sense with the world. Only go, okay, where it's basically where does the line stop? Where does the line go? And don't go past it. Don't insult the fans. If there is a hard rule, don't break the rule. Period. So, for example, in Pokemon, if your Pokemon evolves, it cannot de-evolve. It cannot. It's not a Digimon. Okay? If somebody was like, man, we need to have Pikachu transform into Raichu, but then go back. That's no. We don't do that. No. That's bad. That's bad. If you need something like that to happen in your script, you have to find something that makes sense in the world. Okay? And then it has to make sense, right? And so that means some people would say, oh, well, then you could just do terrestrialization, right? Or you could do Z moves. Okay, but now you have to introduce that plot point into the movie. And what happens is that people start writing. They get to what happens is that you have an inexperienced writer that is making the movie. So let's say we're making a Pokemon movie. They're not really familiar with Pokemon. They start writing and they're a typical writer. They know the story they want to tell. They come up with the story and it has nothing to do with Pokemon. They just come up with a story structure that they think will fit the best, that will sell the most, that will most likely get the approval from the production company. So they start writing the story and they get to a point where they're like, oh, you know what? I need a moment here. It's called, I call it, I've heard it called this, but I'll call it the same. I call it a Super Saiyan moment. So what is that? It's where the hero is cornered, all hope is lost, everything's about to fall apart, and then something either magical happens or logical happens, and then the hero ascends. They go Super Saiyan, they escalate, they power up, they're suddenly super strong, and they beat the villain, right? And whether it's like Digimon, the power of friendship, whether it's Dragon Ball Z, which is pure unbridled rage and the feeling of need to protect somebody, whether it's whatever you can come up with, the Super Saiyan moment, okay? When the main character has a realization and they realize they have to tap into a certain power, whatever, okay? And they sit there and they're like, okay, we're having Pikachu facing Mewtwo. And we need Pikachu to beat Mewtwo. And we need it to make sense. Okay, and all they do is they look over and they're like, okay, how do you power up Pokemon in Pokemon? They do a quick read through. Oh, I have a really bad interpretation. Oh, I just read that rare candies power up Pokemon. Okay, so mid-fight, all of a sudden the main character, Ash, says, Pikachu, you could beat Mewtwo with this, and he pulls out a rare candy. Yes, throws it to Pikachu. Pikachu catches it, eats it, powers up, and beats Mewtwo. Wow, what a great ending, right? And the writer thinks that they're all jazzed, like, yeah, I'm smart, right? And then all the fans are sitting there, they're like, what are you talking about? What? That's not how rare candy works. That's stupid. That's dumb, and it is dumb. Because the writer just looked up, how do you power up Pokemon? Oh, you can use a rare candy? Oh, I have a fun idea. Pikachu eats a rare candy mid-fight and gets strong enough to beat Mewtwo. There's your Super Saiyan moment. No. And then they look up and then they're like, oh, what's this thing about Z moves? What's this thing about what? And they don't understand. They don't get it. They just create a story structure that makes sense and then do a Google search level of research and then think, yeah, they're good. So it's just not good. So all you got to do is, okay, you sit there and you say, Pikachu needs a Super Saiyan moment. Okay. How could Pikachu beat Mewtwo? Sometimes you got to come to the conclusion he can't. Or if you turn around and say, oh, Pikachu can use a Z move. Okay, well, now you got to figure out, how does he get the Z gem? How does he get there? How does that add to the plot? It can't just show up out of nowhere. So sometimes writers write themselves into a corner, and instead of going back and revising and fixing it, they just say, meh, good enough, and call it a day. So anyways, that's all for me for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video or live stream. Before I go, I'm just going to say one thing. Hold on to your butts. See you all next time. Bye-bye.